Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Moltrap here, coming at you with a very special game. This is none other than the game to announce the winner of my group name contest. Yes, indeed. And the winner of the group name contest was supposed to win. And by the way, this is Flash versus Kwanro. I'll talk more about that in a second. The winner of the group name contest was supposed to win a chance to come on and actually participate in one of my commentaries when we unveiled the name that won the contest. And the person who won, who is Farago, by the way, mad props to him. He decided he didn't want to participate, actually. So I'm like, come on, man. That's like the prize. I don't have any other prize to give. And he's like, well, what you can do is cast Kwanro versus Flash from the Winners League for me and give me a shout out. So this is by very, very special request from the winner of the contest, Kwanro versus Flash, and this is going to be a great match. I have not seen this match yet, luckily, but it is going to be. It's on in this mess. Flash, of course, the best Terran in the game right now, probably the best Terran in the game ever. Maybe the best Terran in the game to ever be. Who knows? We could see the game changing here pretty soon with the release of StarCraft 2, so I don't know. But anyway, he's definitely the best right now, and he's very, very, very tough to beat. His only, not even weakness, but the only race that seems to be able to beat him at all is Protoss. And so Zerg, he's just absolute killer versus Zerg, and you can see right there they're showing the kills. This is game 7 of the series. And it's gone back and forth and back and forth. And Flash is on a 2-kill streak right now. He has killed 2 of the Wunjin Stars players in a row. I actually don't remember who those are. I don't know who those are. But for their ace, they have sent out Kwanro to face the mighty Flash. This is going to be an epic series. And it's something. It's a point of pride, I guess, as well for Kwanro. Not only is his team on the line here, but his pride as well, since Kwanro and Flash have met up several times before, and Flash seems to be the one that knocks him out of stuff, you know. Well, I guess only the ones that I can think of, but Flash did knock Kwanro out of I think the semifinals or the quarterfinals of the Star League not that long ago. And so yeah, so Kwanro didn't really put up much of a fight against him either. I think Kwanro has even gotten a little bit better. He's gotten a little bit more solid since then. That was a couple seasons ago. But yeah, still Flash, just an absolute monster. We'll see what Kwanro can actually bring out against Flash there. Flash going for a 1-racks into command center. There's some interesting scouting stuff going on there for a minute. Kwanro's Overlord scouted Flash first, and Flash was able to actually, I don't know if he did it because he spotted the Overlord or not, but he was able to scout Kwanro immediately off the bat because he knew. Like I said, I didn't actually see if he spotted the Overlord, but if he did, he would have known that Kwanro would come from that direction. Anyway, but they both scouted each other very, very early and are going to know what's going on with each other. Some early lings coming out for Kwanro. Probably gonna, well, actually he could make an attack with those Zerglings. It looks like he's sending 7 Zerglings, I think, over to Flash's base. Could just be 5. And Flash only has a couple Marines on the ramp. He's gonna need some SCVs or something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes. So he had an extra 2 along with the 5 he sent. The last Zergling chasing that SCV round, and it looks like those Zerglings are taking a long time to get there. Actually, it looks like a very short distance, but those Zerglings had to take a very, very roundabout route to get there, and it took them a long time to get over there. So Flash is gonna have his ramp blocked. He's gonna be fine with that, and once he gets some more Marines built up, he's gonna be able to move out with that command center. But Flash is actually building a factory. Whoa! I don't know if this means mech or some kind of fast vessels to try and get early irradiate against potential mutalisks, but this is very, very uncharacteristic. Nope, there's another barracks going down. Yeah, so I'm not sure what exactly is going on there. Probably just fast vessels is what he's going for, is what I'm imagining. But he may be able to get out some vultures to harass as well, since he does have the factory. He may not want to do that because that would reveal the fact that he has a factory, and he doesn't want to give Kwanro any information. Since Kwanro is going to be pretty much in the dark, he can't get an Overlord in there to find out what Flash is doing for a while. Yeah, there's the starport. So probably going to see fast vessels is what I'm expecting here. But we'll have to see what Flash does. Kwanro's just chasing that SCV around. SCV's still alive, still scouting around, still seeing what's going on. I believe he saw the lair timing. I don't think he's going to be able to get back into the base to spot the lair, though. Spire going down, but he's going to have comms up before too long. He's going to get his academy up, and he's going to be able to spot the Spire timing as it goes up. Nope, he's going to let him get back up in there. I guess the Zerglings are hanging out outside Flash's base, so they're not going to try and block this from going in. I'm really surprised that Kwanro didn't put up more of an effort to keep that SCV from getting into his base. It's really interesting. There's those Zerglings, yeah, hanging around outside, trying to make a dash in there and pick off a SCV or two if they can. Anyway, so yes, this is the commentary to announce the name that is going to be used, and some of you might have checked the results already of the vote. And an armory, oh, Valkyries, as the Korean commentators I can hear was it, Valkyrie, yes, Valkyrie. Oh, I probably just butchered that too, the way they were saying it, but that's how I heard it. Valkyries are going to be coming out here, and this is going to be really interesting. He's going M&M with Valks, and we got a den down here already. So actually, Kwanro is going to switch up. He's got the Spire, and he's got a den hidden in an interesting location, so that if Flash comsats it, come on, show the base, show the base, show the base, show the base to see if he comsats. Nope, doesn't look like he's going to comsat the den there. Anyway, yeah, there's some Hydralisks coming out, so he's definitely going to go for a fast Lurker rush. Very, very interesting. He put down the Spire, and then a den afterwards, so he could get the Lurkers going very quickly, and he's actually got an expansion hidden at the bottom right as well. So this could be very bad for Flash. Flash is really, really good at spotting those extra expansions, and look at this. The Valkyries are also going to be able to do nothing. I mean, they're going to be able to harass Overlords, but he's got Valkyries in preparation for 3-hatch Mutalisks, and the Valkyries are not going to be able to do anything against Lurkers, obviously. Flash is really good about spotting those extra expansions and shutting them down very quickly. That's basically like his one of his strong points, and that's how he wins games, is he shuts down the Zerg expansions very, very quickly. So here comes the Valkyries. They're going to be able to kill off that Overlord, but they're not going to be able to gain him too much of an advantage against the Mutalisks that don't exist. Oh, I keep having to go back to the game, but I do want to say that like I said, the name, I will be revealing the name at some point. Whoa, Scourge popping out. Oh, is he gonna, picks off the Valkyries. Wow, Flash not paying attention to those Valkyries for just a moment. Loses both of them to some key Scourge there. Flash knows that there's Lurkers now. That's why he's put the bunker out. And here comes some Lurkers running straight in the front door. He's just going to run directly by that bunker. This is horrible for Flash. He's got to get his SCVs out of the way. Luckily, he runs them away from the Lurkers instead of through the Lurker fire. Flash is in big trouble here, though. Flash is in real big trouble. Oh, well, the Lurkers didn't go away. Yeah, he could have gone in that bottom. That would have been a lot better. They could have attacked those SCVs. But he's going straight for the Comsat station as well. So Flash is in huge trouble. Look at this. He sent some of his Marines to the 3 o'clock position to try to pick off an expansion that might be morphing there. But the expansion isn't even there. He's got a tank out, but he's only got one Comsat station right now. He might have vessels out soon since he has the starport. But I don't see the science facility anywhere, so he's going to have to... There's the Comsat. He's going to kill one Lurker. He's going to try and rush in and kill the other. Several Marines going down. He kills another Lurker. Is almost out of Comsat. There's a couple hit points left on that Lurker. Oh, the Comsat runs out. He's not able to finish off that Lurker, so it does stay there. There's 2 Lurkers still in his base then. Running around. He's going to try and separate them so they can't be killed by the same Comsat. Wow. This is crazy. He's building a scanner at his natural expansion again, so he's going to be able to get that scanner up again. But at the same time, he's doing a drop. Absolutely crazy that he's managing to get a drop off at the same time that all this is going on, killing several drones. He's going to be able to go work at maybe the evolution chamber. He needs to target at least one building, though, in order to be effective, instead of just spraying everywhere at different buildings and not focusing the fire of those Marines. There they go, trying to back up into the corner, being as cost effective as possible, picking off several Zerglings and still surviving. He might be able to take out the pool. Is he going to be able to take out the spawning pool? Spawning pool is almost dead. Spawning pool goes down. Nicely done by Flash. and taking out lots of units as well in the meantime with just a small drop. He did lose the dropship, but got scourged on the way out trying to escape, but a good drop nonetheless. Anyway, so yes, I'm gonna I keep trying to say this. I'm gonna be revealing the winner of the group name contest. If you didn't hear about it, I had you know how you have a murder of crows or a flock of seagulls or a crash of rhinos. Well, I had a contest to have people come up with creative names for StarCraft unit group names, and we had a lot of really good entries. And so you should. Oh, stop lurkers! He's gonna be able to. Oh, not gonna get a lot of kills there, but he does manage to waste those 6 Marines very easily. Kind of a waste of a lurker trap. He was hoping for a larger group, I guess, to be coming through there. Anyway, by the way, I'm capturing this off of YouTube, so I apologize if there's any quality issues or anything like that. It seems to be okay, the quality that I'm viewing, but I've seen it skip a couple times, so I apologize if that's a problem with the YouTube or not. Anyway, what I'm basically going to do is, when an opportunity comes up, when a group of the unit that the group name has, the winning group name, yes, when the group of the unit of the winning group name appears or does something, then I will I'll go ahead and use it to refer to them. And I think I had an opportunity already, but I'm gonna have to. I missed it out, so I'm gonna hold back and try and reveal it at a better time. Anyway, Flash is putting down mines here. He's trying to get his 3rd base up, putting down mines to block the lurkers, but we already have Hive Tech up already. He's gonna have Defilers very soon, and Consume is upgrading as we speak, I'm sure. Kwanro has gotten that 3rd base secured in the bottom right, but I think he needs to get another one here pretty soon. I don't know if that is another base at the kind of 330 position. Oh, I can actually point. I got my mouse here because I'm doing screen capture right down here. I don't know if that's a base or if that's just an Overlord chill in there or something like that. Anyway, Flash trying to do some Vulture harass, getting shut down, nicely blocked. Zerglings on the ramp, but it looks like Flash is going to be able to get his 3rd base up, and she's praying for one or the other player to win here. This is and now remember, this is the ace match. This is Game 7 of the team matchup as well, and we're coming up close to the Winners League final, so every match counts. KTF is way ahead. They're probably going to be first in the Winners League when it comes to the playoffs, but regardless, every match counts. Anyway, coming in here for a little bit of an attack. This is going to maybe a mistake. There's a lot of mines there. Oh, he's going to get a lot of stuff killed by mines. Actually, not as many Zerglings as I expected killed by mines, and he managed to clear out most of the mines for his lurkers to get in a little bit closer, but there's more mines nonetheless. Oh! Another mine going off on those Zerglings. He's got to be really careful there. Yeah, just too many spider mines in the way. But he's actually managed to get in some lurkers in behind, and a couple of them survive underneath the swarm. He's going to be able to get in next to the tanks. He might be able to kill off those tanks. The tanks withdrawing. He's going to set up siege a little bit farther back. He's had to lift his command center, though, and bring in some Marines from the other side to try and take these out. In the meantime, he's attacking his hatchery at the sort of 1 o'clock position. Takes out the Zerglings. He may be able to take out that hatchery before it even finishes morphing. If it does finish, he's probably going to kill it off as well, so it may be prudent for him to cancel that. But instead he's casting a swarm and setting the Defiler underneath the swarm, so the Vultures are actually distracted attacking the Defiler and not finishing off the hatchery, and Zerglings come in and save the hatchery. So clever move there by Kwanro. Look at this, Flash is really switching over to mech now. He's actually just kind of doing a full switch. We saw him lift his barracks earlier, and now he's got several factories on the ground. They're not in a grouping, but he just kind of built them all over his base. So he's definitely doing a full switch into mech, which is going to be a lot better against Hive Tech units. The mech units are a lot better. I mean, you can see the mines are just owning the lurkers, who of course are not Hive Tech, but against the swarms, you basically tanks are the only thing that are really effective against things under swarm. I mean, obviously Firebats can do stuff under swarm as well, but tanks, mass tanks, really are the only thing that negate swarm. It looks like he is going to take out that hatchery after all with another group of Zerglings. Look at that, plague goes down on those Vultures. Nice. And he's like another little minefield there. Those vultures are all going to be down to a couple hit points left, and they're actually going to be fodder for crack upgraded Zerglings at that point. Flash moving an army down here to the bottom right area. I guess he's going to try and go after one of the expansions, but he gets shut down by some cracklings and swarm. And tanks can get pushed back as the tank can survive. Oh, barely managed to save that tank. Sorry, I need to get a drink of water. Sorry about that. Anyway, still looking for an opportunity to use that group name here. Anyway, so yeah, what I was saying is the mech units are going to be a lot more effective against the hive tech units underneath the swarm, especially with the ultras. Mass tanks are really good against ultras. They could just pop them. You get a dozen tanks and they'll just pop tons of ultralisks, and even if the ultralisks get up close, you'll still only lose a few. And Flash going in here, killing off some drones there. It looks like he managed to get a few of the drones out, and now here comes the counter from some ultras. Wow, ultras coming out. There are 2-1 upgrades, by the way, and only 0-1 upgrades for for Flash's mech units. I think I saw 2-1 on the ultralisks. No, it was 0-1 and it just changed to 1-1. So he's actually got wait, is that right? It says the Defiler has 0 carapace, so I'm really confused here, but I'll keep an eye out for the upgrades there once I get a chance if they click on a Zergling or something like that. Okay, yeah, so it looks like 1-1 upgrades for it's hard to see on this screen here. Anyway, both of them is kind of interesting. It's 16 minutes into the game. Neither of them have really good upgrades. Flash because he started his upgrades late as he switched to mech later on in the game. Flash pushing out here with several tanks. It looks like he might be trying to establish some territory to get another base is what I'm thinking, since he has that sort of top left base. He's probably going to, the way Flash is such a macro player, he's probably going to look into trying to get some more bases here. Yeah, exactly. So there's the command center right there. He's going to float it over to this bottom left sort of 630 position, and he's going to want it, and so he's been trying to move forces down there to try and set up a defensive line on that ridge in order to protect that new base that he's planning on setting up. So that's exactly what he's doing. He's got a lot of plagued tanks there. Oh man, it looks like a plague went down on those tanks. He can repair them. He's got SCV. SCV, go repair! Don't just stand around! What are you thinking? Oh, Flash going in here. He's got some tanks in the back. He's going to be assaulting the drone line of that base here. Flash might be taking an advantage, but Kwanro has a lot of bases right now. It looks like he's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 bases. So Kwanro has a substantial amount of bases. Uh-oh, he's going to be able to drop Ultralisks on top of those tanks. There's some mines there. He's running Ultras into the minefield in front. 2 Ultras go off on those tanks. It looks like he's only going to take out 1 tank for all of those Ultras. He lost 4 Ultras and only killed off 1 tank. Not a good trade at all. Might have been better off dropping Cracklings, actually, since they're so cheap, and might have been able to do mine drags, but there's a lot of Vultures, and the Vultures will be able to kill things off as well very quickly. Trying to run those Vultures past, not going to work. Kwanro going in for a little bit of a drop, it looks like. Only a few Marines guarding this location. They are going to be able to attack those Overlords, but not before they can drop out. What are they going to drop out? Oh, Ultralisk in the mix. Mine drag on all those units. Yes, the Ultra or whatever drags several mines into those tanks and Goliaths, destroying the entire lot of them. And now some Cracklings being dropped on those Marines as well. It looks like he might be able to take out that position after all. And now Flash going in here. He's sending in his Vultures, and he's using his Vultures. You ready for it? You ready? You ready? Here comes it. Here comes. He's using his Vultures to slaughter an entire office of drones. That's right. Congratulations to Frago for coming up with the very clever term of an office of drones. It was a favorite even in the early stages. People were laughing at it even in the that was one of my favorites even before the contest was even completed. And very clever entry. And it just beat out a cascade of Corsairs, which was kind of a sleeper actually, since most of the ones that were in the lead were something a little bit clever, and the cascade of Corsairs just has a good ring to it. So kind of another thing there. Anyway, So, an office of drones, and so Farago, like I said, he won a chance to come on a commentary, but he didn't want to. So, by his request, I'm doing this game instead. I'm gonna start, and I guess, the other prize, sort of the contest was that I'm going to start using that term in my commentary. So here he comes in with another drop, and he's dropping more Ultralisks on top of those tanks. Dang, that's a lot of Ultralisks. Some Cracklings as well in the back. It's going to take out those tanks. Very nicely done. Much more effective than if those Ultralisks had tried to just run up the ramp through the minefield in order to attack those tanks. So he's going to be able to do a lot of damage, and Flash countering, attacking with some vultures here and there, luring those Ultralisks into mines. The mines are eating up these Ultralisks. The mines doing so much damage to these Ultralisks. The ones that are over there on that drop are now really softened up. They're probably going to get taken out by those tanks if they haven't already been taken out. I didn't see if they did. But he's had to lift that command center. And here he comes in. Wow, dropping more Ultras. There they were. He dropped them on the tanks at the front line as well. And I think he took them out. He may have just forced them to move. But the Ultras finally go down, and Flash finally re-securing this position. Barely managing to fight this off. He's having to set up his tanks in tiered positions. But Kwanro has so many bases. He's putting out so many Ultralisks. These mines are just saving Flash. If it weren't for these mines, he'd be in so much trouble. Look at this. Here he comes in. More stuff being dropped. I can't believe he still had more stuff in those Overlords. Here he comes in trying to attack through this minefield. He's just moving through the minefield. And the mines are taking out all those Ultralisks. Jesus Christ. Several Ultralisks. That was probably, 1,500 minerals and 1,200 gas being eaten alive by 200 minerals worth of vultures worth of mines there. But Flash might be skating on thin ice here pretty soon. He's almost mined out in his natural expansion. He's mined out in main, so he's just mining at that top left base of his and the bottom left base. And Kwanro has been consistently assaulting that top left base, keeping him from mining very well at it. He doesn't have many SCVs at that location right now. But he's just burning so much money on these Ultralisks. He's just putting out tons and tons and tons of Ultralisks all over the place and just attack moving them left and right. And there's another office of drones being transferred over to another location, by the way. Is that a lurker? Did I just see another lurker? That'd be kind of cool if he mixed in some lurkers. Oh, here he comes in. Those drones being mannered to that location, and the entire office being slaughtered at that new expansion that wasn't even up yet. Ultralisks not able to save him in time. Building a turret underneath that Overlord. SCV kills Overlord. What was I saying? Oh yeah, so Flash needs to be careful, because if he loses that base, he's got it mining pretty well now. But if he loses that base, he's going to be in trouble. He's only going to be mining at one base, and then Kwanro will only have to suicide some units into that 7 o'clock location, sort of at the left side of the bottom part of the map, in order to and here is what he's going to do. Actually, here comes a big drop. I don't know if he's going to go for that bottom left location. There's a lot of tanks there. It's going to be really hard for him to crack that nut. But here he goes in. There's a lot of tanks. There's some vultures there as well. He's going to go right in. There's not as many mines this time, so he may be able to succeed. Vultures desperately trying to plant more mines. He's got several tiers of tanks, though. First Ultras popping as soon as they get out from the mines in the tank fire. More Ultras trying to pop here, or popping. He's trying to drop them on top of all the tanks, though. Some Cracklings out as well. Cracklings are going to be dropped on some of the tanks, and he's going to manage to take out all those tanks there. He's going to manage to take out the turrets. Flash counterattacking with his own vultures, knowing he has to do some counterattack damage. Flash's tanks are not quite all dead, though. Looks like he is barely going to wipe up those Ultralisks, and in the meantime he's going to sneak a few vultures back in here and kill some drones as well. Both players just wreaking havoc upon each other's economies. Look at this, those vultures killing so many. That one vulture has 7 kills on it in Zerglings and drones, and Flash is desperately trying to retake some sort of defensive position of that bottom location. He's putting up more mines. He's trying to get more tanks in place, and he's actually built a command center down there as well. I saw earlier, I didn't realize he was going to try and float it to that 6 o'clock position, which is pretty gutsy since that was right outside of Kwanro's expansion. Kwanro is actually distance mining from that expansion because he can't put a hatchery there without the tanks shelling it. And now Flash is actually going to transfer his SCVs over there, and he is going to start mining from that location. I think there might be too much creep there. with that sunken colony on the low ground, there might be too much creep for him to actually attack there, or actually mine from there. It's hard to say, but Flash is now mined out at a lot of his locations. Yeah, look at that. He's going to land. He may land on the left side so he can protect that base a little bit easier. And here comes Kwanro coming in with another drop. The tank's unsieged, forcing the Ultras to walk through a minefield again and again. Ultras getting slaughtered by mines. The mines, but he's actually dropped on the other side as well. More Ultras, and Flash does not have enough tanks to deal with it. Flash getting his left side base overrun by Ultralisks now. He's distance mining from the bottom, but he's going to lose his top base, the top left base. He's having to run his SCVs out. It looks like he is probably going to be able to get in there and save that location. And oh, Kwanro producing queens. Oh man, oh, we are in for a treat. Oh man, oh, I hope we see some infested command centers today. I really never understand why Zergs don't infest more command centers, especially late game when they have the queens already, or the queen's nest already. They can just produce a queen. They don't need to spend any money on upgrades. It's just 50, 150, if I remember correctly. They don't need to spend any more money, and then command centers only have to be gotten down to half health to be killed off. And you always see Zerglings running in and killing off the command center, and then when it's at 600 health, they lift it out of the way. And all I would need is just send in a queen in that location. They would take out that command center. But we are seeing a ton of queens. That's like 8 queens. Oh my god, and he's probably going to do broodling. Oh, almost revealed them there. I don't know if Flash saw those queens or not. Probably didn't, but I'm not sure. He may have been controlling those vultures. He may have spotted them for a moment there, but Kwanro is going to try to not reveal those queens until the last possible moment. He's going to want to try and go in and mass spawn broodling with them at just the right perfect moment. He's going to spawn broodling a ton of tanks and then move in with other units to follow up. And look at this, just a skeleton crew of several tanks on that left side base, and so he may be able to spawn broodling them all. He could spawn broodling them all at the same time. Let's see what he's going to do. He may not have them set up yet, but he may not have broodlings energy for broodlings yet. He's got another set of overlords running around though. Probably some units in those overlords going in for a drop. He's been doing a really good job of dropping stuff all over his tanks, and it's been really effective. And then even just picking them up again and getting them out of the way and dropping them in another location. He's been really effective at that, keeping his units alive, and not just moving them through the mines all the time. Although the times he has done that, you can see he's really lost stuff. Here comes Flash. Flash has now landed his command center at the 6 o'clock location. He's mining from that. So Flash now has 1, 2, 3 mining bases. Kwanro has 3 or 4. It's hard to tell. But I think he might have mined out at that bottom right location, his very first expansion after his natural. But anyway, this is going to be epic. Oh my god, here comes the queens. There goes the tanks moving out. Flash is moving out now. He does not have his minefield with his army right now because he's moved out. He actually does have a lot of mines around. Here comes the queens. He's going to spawn broodlings all over the place, but there's Goliaths in play. I think Flash spotted them. He's going to kill off. Oh, man, he's going to kill off a few of the queens. He gets a few broodlings off, though. But I think Flash spotted those queens and got some Goliaths in the mix to hold them off. Very cleverly done. I think he was hoping for some broodlings to drag mines into those tanks. Not quite as... and also, I mean, he's been dropping stuff all over his tanks as well, so it's good to have those Goliaths around for the overlords in addition. Now he's got a huge drop. He's still got those queens right now. He's trying to clear out some mines with some Zerglings. Very cheap mine clearing method. Let's see what he does next. But Kwanro is losing a lot of drones over here. He's losing an entire office of drones at that right side location. Here comes the overlords dropping stuff on top of those tanks, though. A bunch of Ultras being dropped off. He needs to be careful, though, because there's a bunch of tanks sieged up on the low ground. He should have dropped some on those as well, but there is a lot of units to go around. Goliath's killing off overlords now. He's going to try and save that base. I think he did save the hatchery. It's hard to tell. I didn't see if the hatchery was still there or not. He's having to drive down that ramp. And the ramp, of course, is sort of good because the units firing uphill are bad. Look at this, he's going to just sneak in the back and spawn broodling in the middle there. Nicely done. The broodlings immediately pop from tank fire and vulture fire, so he wasn't able to drag any mines, but that was close. Oh, comstatting to spot those queens to get them out to try and attack them. Does not take out the queen, though. He did save that hatchery. Okay, he did save that hatchery. That is crucial. He needs his bases right now because Flash is starting to get way too huge. but he's trying to move out here. Flash is got a large army. He's trying to just move out and do some major damage to the bases here instead of just doing the vulture harass. He has done vulture harassing. He's done with his harassment. This is the real deal. This is the final push. Well, not the final push, maybe, but this is the the all-in push. He's using his entire army here. Kwanro still has some queens. They're probably saving up energy to try and do more broodlinging. And Kwanro has just been losing so many units to mines this entire game. Kwanro would have lost. I'm sorry, Kwanro would have won the game long, long ago if it weren't for the spider mines. And he's actually dropped a couple. Flash has moved some of his forces out of that top left base in order to join him up with his army. And oh no! One Goliath taking one shot and killing 2 Ultralisks. Doesn't happen very often. You know, they say you can't kill 2 birds with 1 stone, but I think he just did. He just killed 2 Ultras with 1 pair of Charon boosted rockets. Anyway, here comes those queens moving in. There's no. Oh, the Goliaths not quite out in position. Oh, the Goliaths are taking some pot shots at those queens. He's gonna brutling 1 tank. Nicely done. He's got a few queens left as well. If they have enough energy, he's gonna keep brutling. But the Goliaths are just being really, really effective. Of holding things back there, and now he's in a position where he can't assault with air very easily because of the Goliaths, and he can't really assault with ground because of the minefield. And the tanks, in the meantime, are pelting away at the expansion of that main on the right side of the base, on the right side of the map, rather. So Kwanro is in trouble here. Kwanro, I'm kind of rooting for him, but he is in real big trouble here. He's got to be careful. He's almost about to be out of this game here. If he loses another expansion, he's going to be in deep, deep trouble right now. He's trying to drop more stuff on these tanks in the middle. He needs to do some more mine dragging, but those Goliaths are killing his overlords left and right, really, really causing him to have a hard time with dropping things now. So Flash has finally gotten, I mean, he's gotten smart to this, things being dropped on him, and he's got a really good mixture. He's getting a mixture of tanks to deal the heavy damage, Goliath to hold off the air, and then vultures to lay down the mines, which are laying down the hurt against Kwanro. And wow, so it looks like he's even stopped mining that top left location, by the way. And those queens, oh, the queens are caught. The queens are caught. He might even do he might even do well to just put down. Oh no, he is still mining at that top left base, but he might do well. Kwanro might do well to throw down some parasites, just so you can kind of know where Flash's army is, that kind of thing. And he's got to be. Uh-oh, here he comes. Oh man, he's got to be really, really careful here. He sends in some cracklings to eat the mines, maybe, and then move in there. But Flash moving in another group of units to that sort of 1 o'clock position. Flash might be a little bit spread thin, actually. And here he goes. Broodling's going down on some of those tanks, but he doesn't have any other forces to back it up right now. And the tanks are going to be able to siege up right in that location in a tiered position as well, so they can back each other up. And Flash taking more bases. I think this is almost over for Kwanro. He has just lost 2 more bases, and he's just barely. Look at this. He's going in one Nidus Canal, or out one Nidus Canal into the other. It's kind of interesting how he's using the sort of the Nidus system to go through there. And oh man, so much stuff getting taken out. He's trying to attack with Ultralisk being dropped from the opposite side, but the mines again doing so much damage to the frontal attack. He's managed to break through the initial minefield. He might be able to take out those tanks after all. Yes, he's got to be able to take out those tanks. More tanks coming in to reinforce, though. Can he take out those Ultralisks and save that base that he's constructing in the bottom right? It looks like the Ultras, there's no minefield this time, but the Ultras are going to be able. So the Ultras are going to be able to get in amongst those tanks. Oh, some mines being dragged in from behind, and he may be able to take out this group of tanks. Yes, he is going to be able to take them out after all. And it looks like Flash is bringing in some forces from the bottom this time to try and secure that bottom right location. And the Ultras, there's just too few of them now. He's able to put down more mines, and so those going to hold those Ultras back. So Flash is going to get that base up at the bottom right. Kwanro doing a really good job of trying to delay that base, but it just didn't quite work. And now look at this. Ah, there we go. Clever, dropping in some lurker with 10. Look at that, 10 kills on the lurker. Flash doesn't even realize what's going on. There's so much battle going on around the entire map that he didn't realize that the battle alert was going on in that location. 14 kills on that lurker, and that is exactly what Kwanro needs to be doing right now, by the way. He needs to be doing cute little drops, effective little stuff like that he can get really, really cost effective with things like lurkers doing smaller drops, that kind of thing. And okay, Tank's finally going to shell that. He's got a couple queens left. Make that a queen left. I think he just killed one of them. Oh man, oh, are those overlords filled with stuff? If they are, that's horrible. He just lost a couple of them. Now he comes in with just a couple of overlords, and this is good. He's attacking with cracklings this time. A lot cheaper, a lot less expensive units being killed off by the mines and stuff here, and he's still going to be able to drop on top of those tanks. But he is just getting really, really thin. Look at this. He's trying to build another base there. He's mining at this base, and I think that's it. I think that 3 o'clock base is the only base that he's mining off of right now. Look at this. He's loading up another drop. A lot of cracklings this time, so you can tell he's getting low on money because he's had to he's had to switch over to more cracklings and not as many ultralisks. He was fighting with almost sheer ultralisks for a while there. And here he comes in. He's going to try and drop cracklings. There's only a couple Goliaths there. He may be able to get the drop off. He's setting up. Okay, there's actually 4 or 5 Goliaths. No, wait. That was a different location. I think I only saw a single Goliath there. He needs to drop soon, though, or his hatchery's going to go down. Hatchery is almost dead. What is he doing? He's got the drop. Go in. Drop, drop, drop. There's only a Goliath there. The hatchery goes down. Doesn't matter. He's trying to drive down the front as well. And there's just too many Goliaths. Looks like there were a few Goliaths after all. Kills off the Overlord before he could even get close. He was going to lose too many units. Huge drop coming in here. I think maybe a Doom drop on the main might even be an effective method right now because Flash is just way too well defended. Look at that. He just drops a crackling out on top of that mine to kill it. Flash is just getting way, way too effective. He's protecting his forces really well with mines and Goliaths and everything. Kwanro has got to hit him where he's vulnerable, like that lurker drop in the back. He's got to hit him where he's vulnerable and not where he's strong. And I think maybe going for the main or something might be a good idea for that. More cracklings going in, just trying to clear out these mines. So many mines. There have been hundreds of mines, possibly thousands of mines in this game. Just so many of them. And look at, here we go. Kwanro, this is his last group, I think, in these overlords. He's having to drop several out just to save them from the Goliaths. He's fighting with overlords, basically. He's dropping little bombs out of his overlords, trying to clear out those mines and what have you. Here he goes in. He's going to drop towards the bottom left. He tries to go in for a secondary drop as well, but too much stuff in the way. And what is he doing? He needs to go drop those units. Oh no, he's losing the overlords now. Crackling's being dropped out. He's lost so many units inside those overlords. He does manage to get a small crackling drop out, but not quite enough, not in time. And look, he's going to lose those overlords now again. Here he comes in with that drop on some tanks there, but is it going to be enough? Oh my gosh, Flash, look at him. He's like exasperated. All this crap being dropped on his forces all the time. Kwanro, though, is the one that's frowning. Look at him. He's just so disappointed. You can see him kind of starting to feel exasperated, frustrated that nothing seems to be working for him, and he's not able to be killing off these bases. He's got a few cracklings killing off the expansion, but that expansion does not matter. 794 hit points, so the queen would not be able to infest it, unfortunately. But send in a queen and a couple scourge, maybe. Anyway, but yeah, this is pretty much going to be over for Kwanro very soon. He's down to mining that one base. Flash is still mining at 2 or 3, and he's just everything he's trying. He's trying to drop cracklings. He's actually doing a really good job. Look at that, dropping a few lings on these tanks, doing a really good job of killing off tanks with just cracklings. Killing off, look at this, killing off 3 or 4 tanks with just a few cracklings. But it isn't going to be enough. There's just too many tanks in the background. Flash, though, has slowly had some of his forces whittled down. He doesn't have a ton of forces around anymore. He's having a hard time keeping up his macro right now. And Flash taking another base there. Look at it, he's taking a base with the extractor still there. That's kind of, it's almost, that's got to be frustrating for Kwanro. You can see it on his face. Look at this, he's mining that last mineral. That was his last mining base, and now it is out of minerals. Flash just doing a brilliant job of holding things off just with mines and Goliaths and everything, and Kwanro has been doing a really good job of pushing those forces back, but it just has not been enough. He's not been able to keep Flash's force small enough to move in and kill off those bases. Now Flash pushing in here. This is the killing blow. This is the killing blow. Flash moving in towards Kwanro's natural expansion where it all began in the top left. He's going in, moving in with Goliath. Kwanro has a bunch of overlords. I don't know what kind of units are inside those overlords. He's got Nidus canals. He can route reinforcements there as well. This is it. If he does not take out this force, he's going to be dead. We're probably going to see GG as soon as this finishes off. He's got Goliath there. The Overlord's coming in to try and drop all over. He's dropping Ultralisks, and that's it. Just a few Ultralisks were in there. Not enough. He's going in with Cracklings at the same time, though, dropping on those lower tanks as well, forcing them to attack themselves. But no, it's not enough. Flash's push holds. Flash's push holds, and Flash getting 3 kills in a row is going to end the series and finish off the Wounded Stars, who were up 3-1 earlier on in this matchup. Flash is going to push through and manage to kill Kwanro off. Kwanro's got to feel so bad. He had several bases. He had mass Ultralisks. He was able to produce as many Ultralisks as he wanted. He was just, and look at this, and a huge office of drones moving out now. Massive, ridiculous, epic office of drones going in to attack these tanks at the right side. And will the drones win? The office of drones actually succeeding, but unfortunately the entire office was in one square and gets destroyed by siege tanks. Flash has taken this series and the game, and he has well deserved his excitement there, moving out and just killing off all kinds of stuff there. And actually, I was wrong. It just said 1 kill at the bottom, so I was completely wrong from the very beginning. Flash actually was the one who was coming in. It was Kwanro who had gotten 2 kills in a row, and Flash who was the ace, being sent in for Game 7 to hold off Kwanro, who was tearing through his team's ranks. So I apologize for that complete misinformation. I just assumed it was Flash that had gotten a couple kills in a row, but I was wrong. Anyway, wow, epic win. Nice game, and thank you once again, of course, to Farago. It's unfortunate that he said his mic wasn't working and he didn't want to try and get it working, so it's too bad he couldn't join me on this commentary, but congratulations to him, and thank you for coming up with a very clever unit group name. And I'll go ahead and link to the contest thread on sc2gg.com in the video description as well, if you want to read all the contest entries and all that kind of stuff. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Thanks very much for watching, and wow, that was a great game. That was epic. So I'm glad I got to cast that. Cool, alright. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and take care. GG's.